Hi, welcome to Diamond Delight Edibles. My name is Liz, if this is the first time you stop by. And for all the rest of you amazing fans, welcome back. So today, I promised you I was going to bring you content again. Here we are. So today I'm going to show you how to make these Canna banana chocolate chip muffins. Oh, they are so good. You will absolutely love these. So let's jump right into those ingredients, what we need, and I'll show you how to get these awesome muffins baked. All right, so the ingredients that we are going to need is a half a cup of yellow butter, and you can use salted or unsalted. I always prefer to use salted. A quarter cup of green butter, a half a cup of brown sugar, and it could be the golden or the dark, totally up to you. A half a cup of green sugar, 2 eggs, 1, 2, and a quarter cup of sour cream, and 3 really ripe bananas. Now, so the reason that my bananas are so dark is because I put them into the freezer. So as soon as they begin to get spots on them, they're already too soft for me. So I chuck them into the freezer. Then I take them out the night before so that they can defrost and that they're at room temperature when we are ready to bake. Oh, also your sour cream and your eggs should also be at room temperature. Then we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, pure vanilla. If you're using artificial vanilla extract, then use 2 teaspoons. We are going to be using 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Our chocolate chips and 2 cups of flour. All right, so that's our ingredients there. I'll let you know what our equipment is, not too much at all, so we can get baking right away. So the equipment that we're going to need is a stand or a hand mixer, a muffin tin lined with muffin cups, and I like to use the jumbo size, a couple of spatulas, and a small scoop. Pretty much all we need. Oh, and we're going to use the paddle attachment if you are using the stand mixer. So there's not much equipment at all. So let's dive right into those ingredients and let's get these muffins baked. All right, so the first thing that I do so that I don't forget is I take my baking powder, soda, and salt, and I add it to my flour, and I whisk them together really well. And the reason that I do that is so that you get those 3 ingredients well distributed through your flour, and that way you don't end up with a chunk of baking soda or baking powder in your mouth when baking. So just whisk that together really well, and then we can set our flour off to the side. Don't need it just yet. So the first thing that we are going to do as usual in baking is we are going to cream our butter and our sugar together. In goes my sugar, my green sugar, my brown sugar, my yellow butter, my green butter, so we're using the paddle attachment like I said. And we are going to mix that together on medium-high speed for 2 minutes. In between, make sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl. I'd stick to medium. Medium-high is a little too high. Medium seems good. So I said let that go for 2 minutes. All right, after 2 minutes, scrape down your sides, scrape down the blade. And we are going to add 1 egg at a time. And the reason is if you add in 2, it's going to make it really squishy and it's going to look really gross. It's still workable once you put the flour in, it all works itself out. So that's why you want to do 1 egg at a time. Wait till it's well incorporated before you add the second egg. Oh, I just did the 2. Now you're going to see what what I mean by it looks really gross, but it's okay. It will work itself out when I add the flour in. So dumb. See, it looks really gross and slimy and stuff. But as I said, just keep mixing. And then once we add the flour in, it all works itself out. See, we all make mistakes. Just turn the speed up a little bit for a moment. And now see, it's all good. Next, we're going to add in our sour cream and our teaspoon of vanilla. Again, just mix that until everything's well incorporated. Scrape down our sides. It's always important to scrape down your sides. There we go. Now at this point, we don't want to be over mixing, so just until everything's incorporated. Now we're going to add in the flour. I'm going to add in for half at first. And I'm going to start it on low. Because what do I always tell you? If you start it too quickly, the flour will go woof. And once that flour is incorporated, we're going to add the rest. Get out of the way. Ta-da! And again, don't forget to scrape down the blade and the sides. Now, if you find that your dough is dry or it's really thick, kind of like this, a little too thick, I'm going to add in another quarter cup of sour cream. Man, I'm messy. I will never in my life be one of those clean freaks as much as I'd like to be. It's never going to happen. So I'm going to grab that sour cream. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. It is a thick dough, so don't worry about that. Oh, that's why. Duh me. Forgot the stupid bananas. What is wrong with me today? So we're going to add in our bananas now. We would have normally added it in with our wet ingredients, but as I said, I oopsed. And that's not the worst thing. So what I just do is I just pop that end off, and then I can just squeeze the banana right out. Can't really see from that angle. You just squeeze the banana and all its yummy juices. Pop that end off and just squeeze her out. See how easy that comes out? And no mess. We're going to get that mixed in together. Again, start on low until it gets incorporated. And adding the extra quarter cup there of sour cream is not going to make or break it. It'll just make your muffins more moist. Again, I'm going to scrape down the sides. Clean off our paddle. It looks better now the bananas are in there. Can't really make banana muffins without bananas. So then we're just going to mix that until everything's nicely incorporated. We don't want to overmix our batter. And again, just scrape down your sides. Now we're going to get some saran wrap. Cover this up for 1 hour. What that's going to help do is to help the glutens come together and make it do good things. That's it. Just put some saran wrap over it, and we'll leave that for 1 hour, and then we'll come back and put in our chocolate chips and scoop it and bake it. All right, so it's been about an hour here, and you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So we are going to bake these first at 400 for 5 minutes, and then we're going to turn them down to 375 for the remainder 15 minutes. So they take around 18 to 20 minutes to bake. I lean closer to the 20 minutes. So I'm just going to add in my chocolate chips. You can add in as many or as little as you like. So I like to have a decent amount. About a quarter of the bag. A little bit more. Get your chocolate chips well mixed into your batter. Again, so you don't have 50 chips in one and none in another. I think I'll add a few more. Why not? Whoop. Okay, maybe a few more than I wanted. Okay, so I got my chocolate chips mixed into my batter here. And now I'm going to use my scoop to get our batter into our muffin cups. And we are going to fill them almost full. Almost like 2.5 of the small scoops. So this recipe, if you're doing them as jumbo, will make about probably 14, 15 of the jumbo size. If you just use the regular cup size, you should be able to get, I think, about 18. So I have a little bit of dough left over. I'll bake that up later. So there we go. Our muffin tins are really full. I'm just going to slap that down a little. Not that that did much. And we're going to get some green sugar and some white sugar here. I just have a little bowl here. I'm just going to take a couple handfuls of our green and same thing with our white. Mix those together, and we're going to sprinkle this over the top of each of our muffins. And if you want to add in walnuts or pecans, you're more than welcome to add in nuts into your banana chocolate chip. Or if you want to eliminate the chocolate chips and just use the nuts, whatever floats your boat, you can do that. Making sure they're all nicely covered with our sugar mixture here. And I said I'm going to pop them in at the 400 for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it down to 375 for the remainder. And the reason you do that is baking soda activates to heat, so we want these to rise really quickly, and but we don't want them to burn. So that is why we do that. All right.
I'll start a timer for 5 minutes.
All right, and then I'm going to turn that down, and then we'll finish baking them out. And oh, you're going to see how yummy these are. Look how yummy they're starting to look. Yay! Our muffins should be ready, so let's check them. Oh, they look so good. Oh, they're nice golden brown. And touch them on top, and they bounce back. Good indication that they are cooked. I'm just going to use my little scrub here, and it comes out clean. So we are good. So you're going to leave them in the pan here for 10 minutes, and then we're going to transfer them over to a cooling rack to completely cool. Then I get to try one and say goodbye to you guys. Okay, so my muffins have cooled. I'm going to give one a try. They smell so good. Now, the nice thing with these muffins is they are a crunchy top. So it's not like a cake type muffin. It's got that nice crunchy top. I really love this recipe. So let's give her a taste. Still a little warm, but I can't wait. Mm. Oh, that's so yummy. And because we're using the green sugar, the muffins aren't too sweet. I always find when I use that sugar, things are not as sweet. Hope I don't have chocolate everywhere. Probably do. The fool that I am. So you got to try this recipe out. It is absolutely wonderful. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon.